So on a daily basis, we are getting stimulus from the outside world. This can be positive or negative stimulus. And how you choose to respond or interpret, internalize that stimulus is what we will talk about here, which brings us to the second agreement. Don't take anything personally. So if I was to walk up to you on the street and say something like, "Hey, you look so stupid," or "You'll never succeed with your business," or "Hey, you have weird looking eyebrows." Now, if I was to say these things to you and you were to agree with them, you were to agree with my opinions, then that is what it means to take something personally. So it says here in the book, you take something personally because you agree with whatever was said. As soon as you agree, the poison goes through you and you are trapped. Now, in my opinion, what the author is referring to as emotional poison throughout the book are the negative identities that we form within ourselves when we take things personally and we make agreements in our minds. And these agreements can start as small agreements, but over time, these agreements can compound and they can start to consume your life for better or for worse. And very importantly, like we touched on earlier, your subconscious is always working away in the background, and it listens to all these agreements and it gets to work at making them a reality. So if your inner dialogue is filled with a lot of negative self-talk, like "I can't do it, I'm a loser, I'm not worthy," then these notions compound and your subconscious is going to find ways to put you in situations which validate these beliefs and then furthermore compound the belief. About them versus about you. So others are going to have their own opinion according to their belief system. So nothing they think about me is really about me, but it is about them. And you may know the saying, your perception of me is the reflection of you. Another quote from the book, "Nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. All people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. When we take something personally, we make the assumption that they know what is in our world, and we try to impose our world on their world." Now, whenever someone gives you an opinion of you, positive or negative, we must never take it personally. So all opinions do is give you a glimpse into this person's reality or their dream, as the book refers to it. So, we're all striving to operate at a higher frequency, but, all people are at different levels, higher and lower. And you'll notice this when you communicate with different people, the words that they use, how they communicate. All of these things give you insights into their reality, their paradigm. So don't take the things that others say to you personally, because, different realities, different belief systems, and different frequencies. So he says in the book, and I like this, was, don't make someone else's emotional garbage your emotional garbage. Whatever someone says about you is the reflection of them. So it's not about you, but it's about them. Next, when everything around you is great, everything makes you happy. So your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. And if you're someone that likes to beat up on yourself, misuse the word on yourself, and you easily agree to the opinions of others, then the chances are the filter or the lens through which you see the world will be tainted with negativity. And this negativity will seep into all facets of your life. And you'll always be finding yourself in these negative situations and associating yourself with negative people. And the opposite of that is also true. So when everything around you is great, everything makes you happy. If the things you consume are positive, the people who you associate with are positive, you love yourself and you use the word impeccably to talk towards others and yourself, then your world in general will become more positive. And just to say it again, so your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. We make agreements to help each other suffer. Misery likes company. And some quotes from the book here. Humans are addicted to suffering at different levels and to different degrees. And we support each other in maintaining these addictions. People are asking for justification for their suffering. It is as if they have a note on their back that says, "Please kick me." They are asking for justification for their suffering. So, people want validation for their suffering. They want to know that they aren't all alone in these negative beliefs and suffering. And what usually happens is that negative attracts negative, or negative people attract other negative people, and they congregate around these negative beliefs and further justify and compound this suffering. And for me, I like to think of it like an echo chamber of negativity. And, people get stuck in these chambers of negativity all the time. So much so that they can't even see that different realities are possible. And in just the same way that congregations of negative people can, compound the misuse of the word and cause greater levels of suffering, positive congregations can do the opposite. So let's take, for example, in business. If you get a room full of, positive entrepreneurs, get them all together, that's where ideas will flourish and, abundance mindsets will collaborate and amazing outcomes can be achieved. Finally, for this agreement, keep the agreement with yourself. If you keep this agreement, you can travel around the world with your heart completely open and no one can hurt you. You can say, "I love you" without fear of being ridiculed or rejected. So with practice over time, you will become immune to the opinions of others, and you won't allow others to easily impose their opinions on you. If you need to, put it on your fridge or stick it up on your wall somewhere. Don't take anything personally. You really need to remind yourself of this and practice it day in and day out. So let's do a quick recap of this agreement. If you agree with someone's opinion, then you have made an agreement to take it personally. Emotional poison is forming negative identities within yourself. Nothing someone says is about you, but it is about them. Negative people tend to attract more negative people, whereas positive people attract positive people. And always remind yourself to not take things personally.